Hi everyone, it's svgcoop.com and we are back working on our mini album for MA009, which is our Magic Kingdom book. And we're going to be doing a few things here. So I think I'm going to start with, all of my little vinyl pieces. And I figured, once again, I'm going to put this together with you so that you can see how fast and easy it can be once you have all the vinyl cut and that type of thing, and how quick these little pieces will go together. So I already weeded all of my pieces and cut them. So I'm just going to try to quickly get them put together here. So I'm going to grab my transfer tape, and I think I'm going to start with my Thunder Mountain mountain here. So you're going to have a big yellow piece, kind of looks like this. I'm just going to grab that, and I think actually you're going to have a mountain piece, so I'm just going to kind of place it where it's going to go. And actually, let's see, I'm going to kind of do this as we go along here. So I think I'm going to glue this down first. So I'm going to use tweezers, and I'm just going to glue this piece down because the yellow kind of goes around it, and you want to make sure we don't put it in the wrong spot, so that way it won't overlap. Okay, so I'm just going to get that on there right about there. All right, and give that a little rub. All right, now I can put the yellow piece on. So I'm just going to, what I want to do actually, is I'm just going to get a white, let's see, just going to use the backing here like this, so you can see where the outline of the black is a little bit easier. Okay, so what I want to do is get this on here right about there. Okay. All right, and then we have another little red piece that should be loose in here somewhere. Here it is. I decided to cut these two little pieces out of cardstock instead of vinyl, although I'm kind of rethinking that now. But I'm just going to put a little glue. Okay, and this is going to start right underneath here. And it's just going to lay down right like that. Okay, and you can already see our train is starting to shape up a little bit. Okay, so the next bigger piece, I think what I'm going to do is go with the red train part. So I'm just going to grab my transfer tape. You can use your little scraper if you want. All right, let's see. Put this on here so you can see a little bit better. So I know that the bottom of the train is going to go right along there, so I can pretty much get this right where I want it. Okay. Just using my nail to scrape it so it sticks better. Okay, and then let's see. So I have all these yellow circles and a couple of little squares. So I'm just going to grab my little squares because those go in the windows. Just going to grab those. And I'm just going to get them right in each one of their little windows. I think I might go back and fix the file so that these lay down exactly for you, so I only have to do one swipe. Okay, so then the next thing we have is one of these bigger yellow circles. So I'm going to, let's see, they're about the same size. So I'm going to take this one, just put that right in the middle. Okay, and then you're going to have a little, let's see, gray piece like this, and we're just going to get that put down, and that's going to go right there. Oops, I got mine on a little crooked there. Okay, if you ever mess it up, you can pretty much just peel it right off, which is what I'm going to do here. And I'm going to do this by hand without the sticker so I can see a little bit better. It's a little hard to see. It's probably going to be a little hard for you to see as well. I think I'm going to use my little thing here and get this right where I want it. Okay, that's better. Okay, so then I have the two bigger yellow circles, which are going to go here and here, and then two of these smaller circles. There's three of them, so you want to take the two that are the same size, and they're going to just go here and here, and then this little one is just going to go right on top. Okay, and then we have some light gray pieces. It's going to have these little 4 pieces right here, and these will line up right where they're supposed to. So I'm just going to grab those. And those are going to sit right there. And then we just have a little bit of green here. So I'm just going to scrape that piece. And that's going to go right along the bottom of our piece here. I'm going to pull it off carefully. Okay. All right, and that's it for our little mountain piece. So I'm just going to show you that up close. Okay, so the next thing is we have our title here, and we cut this out of, I cut this out of a nice rich dark brown, but my little piece is not going to fit, so I'm just going to put this on part of it. And I have another piece ready, and I'm just going to overlay that. All right, let's pull this up. And this is going to lay, oops, right inside this piece right here, and it should lay perfectly. I'm just going to get this. Okay, looks like I just should have gone over just a little bit more. So I'm not going to stick the big down yet. I'm going to pull that off first and then do it separate. Okay. Okay. Let's get that right in there. Okay. See how fast it is for text? It's like so great versus trying to find all of your letters all the time. Okay, so we have that piece ready. And then we're going to have, we have a couple of these clouds. You have some other light blue pieces too, but we have these clouds, and you're going to have a couple of white pieces with the clouds on them as well. So I have that. So I'm just going to take these and stick them to the blue. So the blue that will come through, so it just gives the cloud a little bit of shading. So I'm just going to stick that right like this. Try not to get your other pieces on there. You should be able to pull it right off. And I'm going to do the next one. same way. Okay, and then just pull that right off. And don't worry if you get a little like blue on the edges, it's good. It gives it a little contour to your thing there. Okay, so next thing, we're going to work on our Mickey Mouse. So I'm going to pull my little scrap paper from our Thunder Mountain title. And what I want to do, you always want to start with the biggest pieces that will lay your outline before you do the other pieces. So things like his shoes, I'm going to take those first. So I'm just going to give that a little scrape. Oops. Just realized we have another piece for our Thunder Mountain part. We'll get to it though. Good thing about vinyl is if you start missing a piece, you can always figure out where it went. Okay. So we have his boots, and I think what I'm going to do for the next one is I'm going to take the, let's see, I'm going to go with the light blue. So I have these light blue pieces here. I'm just going to grab those. And this is going to start at the top of his hat. And it should, everything else should just about line up. So if I get the hat done right, then everything else should hopefully fall right into place. Okay, then I'm going to pull the dark blue part of his hat and his outfit. And that's I'm gonna starting with the top of his hat here and just getting that lined up. Okay. All right, and then we have a couple more little blue pieces. So I'm going to take this bigger one, and this goes around the bottom of his ankle. And the smaller one is going to go near his other ankle, but let's see. I think I'm going to get the clock, the lantern clock thing on first. So you're going to have a dark brown piece. If I can get my hands on it here. Here it is. Before I stick this down, I'm going to try and get this piece on. So I just want to, because it affects where that one lays down. So I'm just going to take this, and I want to, this is a little bit harder to see because it's a dark brown, but when you're doing this in person, you'll be able to see it much better. Okay, so get that on there. And now I can stick this blue on because I know exactly where it goes. Okay. Then the next thing we have, we might as well do his face. Actually, let's see, do I want to do his face? Nope, I'm going to do his hands next. Okay, so this hand is going to line up right with his, where the fingers go. Lay that down. And then this hand is going to go right there. Make sure I'm in the screen here so you can see. Okay, and then we have the little clock face, which was on our white piece. So I'm going to grab that. And that's just going to go right inside there. That. Okay, and then we have this little light gray piece. And this is going to go as part of the watch. So I want to get that. It's going to fit right in his hand. Oops, did I do the wrong thing? I did. I put the watch. So sorry. I have to pick this up. What's in his hand is supposed to be a watch, not... This is the lantern. Okay, once again, the good thing about vinyl is it's very forgiving. That was silly of me. Okay. And it's actually good for you to see that because you can see that even if you make a mistake, you can definitely fix it. Okay, so then I have the lantern. I thought that was the lantern. I don't know what I was thinking there for a second. All right, so this is going to fit inside that circle like that. All right, then we also have, there should be a little red piece, yep, for his scarf. So I'm going to put that down next before I put his face down because I don't want his face to run into the scarf. Okay, and then we're going to grab his face. And that's gonna, oops. I'm holding him down with my fingers underneath while I'm laying this vinyl down. Okay, so he's gonna fit right there. That's good. Okay, so then he also has this little dark gray piece that's part of the chain for his watch. So I'm just gonna, again, keep him on the white so I can see it. And we have a little, let's see, should have his, oh, here's his tongue, so we'll put that right. Okay, so we are back and we're going to keep working on our Thunder Mountain Railroad page. So I cut out, this is a piece that is, I think it's, I want to say it's 10 and a half, let's see. Yeah, 10 and a half by 10 and a half. So this will fit inside our page of what we're going to be doing. So I also cut this brown piece, and what we're going to do is we're going to glue this right even with the bottom of our page. So I'm just going to get a little bit of glue and glue this down. And you're just gonna line up with the bottom. Okay, and lay that down. Okay, then our next thing is you're gonna have, now if you decide you want to find striped paper, you can do that yourself. I decided that I wanted brown with this light color to make it kind of look like tracks in the background. But you could just as easily cut a piece of striped paper and put it here if you wanted to. So this step is really kind of an optional thing. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of line these up about where they should go. And you don't have to worry about them being absolutely perfect because we are going to have other things on top of it, but you want it to look pretty good. So I'm just going to kind of get those laid out like that, and you know, just kind of space them the best you can to look pretty even. And then we're just going to glue them down. And railroad tracks aren't absolutely perfect either, so it's fine. Okay, and when it's not perfect, we call it artistic license. That's what we do. Okay, so I'm just going to start gluing these down. My sister and I worked on a cornhole, and yeah, we had a couple little mishaps with it, so that's what we called it, artistic license. And nobody else would ever know, only we would know. So it's kind of the same with this. If it's not absolutely perfect, really, you're going to be the only one who knows. You could take a ruler and figure out the exact spacing. It doesn't work out exactly to even numbers. That's why it's just kind of a eyeball it and try and get it to look pretty good. All right, so we're just gonna, oops, get these down. But that's why it's good to kind of lay them down ahead of time so you have an idea of about where they're gonna go. You really want the bottom to be more perfectly lined than the top because we're going to have a black piece that goes across the bottom there, so that kind of closes everything in. I mean along the top, so. Okay, and one more. All right, so the next thing we want to do is we have, you're going to have some birds. You want to make sure you don't lose these when you cut them out. I cut mine out of black cardstock. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my clouds in. And I just kind of want, again, don't worry if it's not like perfect. Actually, I'm going to put the long one down first. And that's going to go right about there. And then I'll put my shorter one. Just going to put it sort of about here. And again, feel free to have artistic license where you put yours. You don't have to do it exactly the same. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I want to get this thing down, so I'm just going to glue this down. Okay, and the next thing is going to be my title. Up a little, maybe like that. And then I've got my birds. I'm just going to put a little glue. Then you're going to have a black strip. So I'm just going to put some glue on this black strip. There we go. Now we're not going to put Mickey on quite yet because we have a couple more pieces to work on. So I'm just going to put that aside for a minute and put a couple things on top of it so it will get nice and flat. Okay, so then we're going to also have is you're gonna have, let's see, not sure how many there are. You're gonna have some, basically some 5x7 pieces, a little bit smaller than 5x7. And then this piece, you're gonna have a piece that has a score mark along the top and it's black. You have the option, I cut 4 of these. If you want to just cut one, you can just cut one set, but I wanted mine to be like a little booklet that's going to sit inside of our pocket. So I'm just going to put those aside because I'm going to work on the pocket first. So you're going to have a piece with 3 score marks along the side. So you're just going to fold those. Okay, so we have that, and we can use our score tape. Let's see, we have some left here. Hold on one second. Okay, so I've got my score tape, and I'm just going to put it on the 3 sides of the folds here. This is to make our pocket nice and strong. That. All right, we're going to just leave that on the side for the moment. I'm not going to stick it to our page yet. And then I have a piece of white cardstock that I cut. That's going to be the base for my photo that we had taken in front of Thunder Mountain. So I'm just going to get some glue. Okay. And stick that just right there in the center. Okay, that can go aside. Now, you're going to have one piece that has no more score marks in it, and then you're going to have the 4 that do. So you're just going to fold each one of the 4 on the score line. Like this. Just get those all folded like that. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to start with the one without a score line. And we're going to put the score tape inside the fold on this one. So we'll just put some score tape like this. Give it a little rub. I'm going to pull that off. And we're going to sit this one right on top of it, like that. So that'll fold over like that. And we're going to do kind of like a little accordion book. So we're going to put some score tape on the inside of this one, like this. A little red. It's so quick because all the work is done for you. You just get to have fun doing the crafting. No measuring. Right, so I think I'm gonna hold it like this. And then that's easier, I think. So we'll hold it like that. And then fold it over. Okay. Then we'll do it again. Like this. Okay, I'm going to score that. Okay. I'm just going to line that up this way. Fold it in. And then we have one more. We're just going to put the tape here. So then what we have is a cute little accordion book that we're going to be able to pull in and out of our pocket. This is going to fit inside here like that. Okay, so what we want to do next is we're going to cut all design paper to go inside. I cut double-sided paper, and so you can just really, you're just going to just glue these all on. You're not going to, or actually you are, you're going to glue all the black sides of this. So I'm not going to bore you with doing this, but you're just basically going to put your decorative paper on every side of your accordion book here like this. I'll do one more just so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so you're going to do that for each side with all of your design papers. Now we're going to pull our page back out. And we have this score tape on the back, so we're just going to pull the score tape off of our pocket. And we want to place this close to the bottom corner here. Okay. Then you should have one little piece of vinyl left. I'm just going to peel this off and do it like a sticker. And I'm just going to put this right at the bottom here. Okay. And then I think maybe we should foam the back of Mickey here. So let me just grab my foam. Here we go. And I'm just going to cut some random pieces here to put on him. Okay, I'm just going to glue those down. This way he can kind of sit a little bit above the pocket. I am going to be giving you a lot of accessories that go with each of the different pages, so there's going to be a lot of things that you can add to your book to make it personal for you. I'm probably going to make some of them, and some of them I'm just going to give you the files to look at because I'm going to want to make some for myself. Okay, and then we're just going to, oops. Some glue on the backs of these. Okay. And then Mickey's just gonna sit kind of like that. And you should be able to get a picture right underneath there. So Mickey's just gonna be like that. Okay, and then when you're done, you'll be able to stick your little booklet right inside here. Like that. All right, so that's our Fender Mountain page. We'll be back with more videos. Thanks for watching.